Hi Storytime friends, it's Miss Janet from the Louisville Free Public Library. Today we're at the Shawnee branch where I work and we're going to do yoga story time. Do you know what yoga is? Some of you do. Yoga is a very old practice, a very old practice of moving and breathing. When we move our bodies, we build strength, flexibility, and confidence. And when we breathe, we help calm our insides. So today we're going to do a little yoga story time. But I have 2 rules before we get started. Rule number 1, don't do anything that doesn't feel good for your body where you are today. So for example, some days I can get up and I can climb and jump and run and bounce. And some days, this knee right here won't let me do any of that stuff. So be mindful, pay attention to your body. If something doesn't feel right, don't do it. If you need to take a break, take a break. If you need to adjust a pose, you can do that. Rule number 2, we want the big people to do it too. So the adults in the house, we'd like you to join in. If you have limited mobility, we're going to do lots of animal poses. You can do a face or make a noise. Anything that will help you participate with the story time would be great. Let's get started with a welcome song and some warm-up movement. We're going to do Will You Be a Friend of Mine? This is to the tune of Mary Had a Little Lamb. And we're going to do a little bit of sign language. Can you put 2 fingers up for me? You're going to make them into little hooks. Boop, boop. And then our hooks are going to hug each other back and forth. And that's our sign for friend. The song goes like this. Will you be a friend of mine, friend of mine, friend of mine? Will you be a friend of mine and clap your hands with me? Nice, let's mix it up. How about we touch our toes? Will you be a friend of mine, friend of mine, friend of mine? Will you be a friend of mine and touch your toes with me? Let's see if we can touch our toes in slow motion. Ready? Now let's see if we can touch our toes really fast. Are you ready? Boop. Good job. Let's try another one. Will you be a friend of mine, friend of mine, friend of mine? Will you be a friend of mine and stomp your feet with me? Stomp, stomp, stomp. Can you stomp really, really fast? Can you stomp slow? I feel like I'm walking on the moon. All right. Will you be a friend of mine, friend of mine, friend of mine? Will you be a friend of mine and spin around with me? Good job. Go the other way. Spin around with me. And big spin. Spin around with me. Change sides. Spin around with me. Good job. One last verse. Will you be a friend of mine, friend of mine, friend of mine? Will you be a friend of mine and read a book with me? Good job. Let's get started. We're going to start with If You Plant a Seed. This is written and illustrated by Kadir Nelson, and it's published by HarperCollins. For this book, we're going to read it once all the way through, and then we're going to go back and do the yoga poses afterwards. If you plant a seed, if you plant a tomato seed, a carrot seed, and a cabbage seed, in time, we have sunshine, nighttime, rain, rest with love and care. Tomatoes, carrots, and cabbage plants will grow. Don't they look yummy? Uh-oh. Who are those guys? What do you think the birds want? Oh dear. If you plant a seed of selfishness in a very short time, it will grow and grow and grow into a heap of trouble. But if you plant a seed of kindness, in almost no time at all, the fruits of kindness, look at all the seeds the birds are dropping, will grow daytime and grow nighttime, rain, and grow. Look at that. So much food and beautiful flowers will grow, and they are very, very sweet. That's a happier outcome when they didn't share with the birds, isn't it? Now everybody has food. The end. We're going to do some yoga poses with this book. The first thing we're going to do is be our two little animals. We have a rabbit and a mouse. For our rabbit, we're going to start in tabletop. You want to get on all fours. Make yourself really strong. You don't want your legs to be too wide or too close together. You don't want your arms to be too far out in front of you. And then we're going to tuck our toes under. We're going to put our head on the ground. And then see if you can reach back and grab your heels. I feel like I could pop up and jump. I do feel like a rabbit like this for some reason. This is our rabbit pose. And our mouse pose is very similar. We're going to do child's pose. So you're going to sit on your heels. You're going to put your head on the ground. This time we're going to tuck our hands behind us on our sides. They feel very small, like a mouse. And just breathe here for a second. Nice. Okay. Remember in our book we needed the daytime, the nighttime, the rain to grow our vegetables and our plants. So let's be a seed. First we're going to plant our seed. Point your toes out in front of you. You're going to take a little bit of a wide stance. Bring your palms together, and then we're going to crouch down. Are you ready? Bend your knees. Crouch down. There you go. Do you feel like a seed? We have to sit here and wait to grow. Nice. Next, we're going to be the sun. So we're going to stand up, spread our legs wide, open our arms wide, bring your face up, stretch out wide. Feel like the sun? Yes, nice job. And then we have to be the moon. So we're going to bring our feet together, bring our arms up over our head, and we're going to bend to one side, like a crescent moon. Come back to center, bend to the other side. Nice job. Now we're going to be the rain. For our rain, we're going to forward fold. Stand with your feet, toes facing forward. Take a breath in and lift up your arms. And when you exhale, we're going to fold forward and touch the ground. Like rain. Good job. Our next pose is going to be the plants growing. So we're going to get back down into our seed. And now our plants are going to grow because we had the sun and the rain and the nighttime, and our plants are going to grow tall. Now that might be hard for some people to do, so let's try it another way. We're going to do chair pose. Stand with your feet hips width apart. Sweep your arms up over your head. You're going to push your hips back and down. And now we can be a growing plant. Ready? Ooh, nice job. I feel like a tall flower. Now we're going to do bird pose. Remember when the birds came? So for this one, we're going to stand with our feet slightly apart. You're going to take a deep breath in and sweep your arms up beside your ears. Take a step back. And then make sure your balance is really good on this front leg. Ground yourself with that front leg. We're going to kick this leg backward, and we're going to try to bring our arms to our sides. Are you ready? Here we go. Oh, it's hard to balance. And bring your arms to your sides. That's a tough one. I do feel like a bird though. Let's try it on the other side. Stand with your feet forward, toes facing that way. Sweep your arms up over your head. Take a step back. You want to do the opposite leg. This leg was bent last time, so that one's the one I'm going to send backward. And then make sure this one is nice and strong and grounded. Kick that back foot up. Lean forward. Bring your arms back. Oh, I lost it. There we go. That's a tough one. I do feel like I'm flying though. Ooh, flying sideways. All right. The next one we're going to do is our heap. Remember when there was a heap after they fought and all the food went everywhere? So for our heap, we're going to do downward dog. For downward dog, you're going to get into tabletop. We're going to kick our feet back, and then we're going to push back with our hands. See if you can make your body look like a little mountain. And then you can come back to center. That was our heap. Our next pose is going to be our seed again, because we have to start all over planting seeds. Remember, they had that heap of mess, and then they had to start over again. Put your hands together, feet apart. We're going to crouch down. Nice job. And then we're going to grow our seed. You can either come up from here, grow your seed, or you can do chair pose. Whoop, growing seed. And then we had all of those plants, all of those fruits and vegetables and flowers. Bring your arms up over your head like a big, tall plant. This is abundance. There is so much food, so many flowers. Nice. And last but not least, we're going to do mountain pose. Take a breath here. What a great job. Give yourself a round of applause. Before we do our movement, I want to show you what the poses in the sun salutation are. You have mountain pose. Hands come up next to your ears. There's a forward fold. You can bend your knees if you need to. You're going to jump back into plank pose. Belly on the ground. Lift up. Push back into downward dog. Jump forward. Fold. And then back up into mountain. All right. Now we're going to do some more movement. We're going to do a song called Sun Salutation, Dance for the Sun by Kira Willie. And we're going to do our sun salutation poses with the song. Are you ready? Let's go.
Sun salutation, dance for the sun. Sun salutation, dance for the sun. Sun salutation, dance for the sun. I can do it, you can do it. We can do a sun salutation. jump back, just like a frog. Belly on the ground, just like a snake. Look at the sun. Now downward dog. And breathe. And breathe. Feet jump up, just like a frog. Hang down low. Tickle your toes. Stretch up high to the sun. Mountain pose. Look what you've done. Sun salutation, dance for the sun. Sun salutation, dance for the sun. Sun salutation, dance for the sun. I can do it, you can do it, we can do a sun salutation. Sun salutation, dance for the sun. Sun salutation, dance for the sun. Sun salutation, dance for the sun. I can do it, you can do it, we can do a sun salutation.
Good job. Now that we've done all that movement, let's take a mindfulness break. This is a Hoberman sphere, or a breathing ball. You may have seen my friend Mr. Peter at the main library. He does mindfulness and moving story times, and he uses a breathing ball. It's called a sphere because a sphere is a big, round ball. Look at how big this gets. So we're going to use this to help indicate our breath. Remember, you never have to breathe at the same pace that I breathe. You breathe in the way that's comfortable for you. So take a deep breath in. You're going to feel your belly expand. And out. Let's do that a couple of times. Breathe in. And out. In. And out. Good job. Now we're going to do a little game with a dice, or a die. It's called a die when there's just one. Has numbers on each side. We have poses for each of the numbers. And I'm going to roll it, and then we're going to do whatever pose comes up. Let's give it a try. Okay. And I'm going to roll the die. It landed on 2. And our number 2 pose is a tree. This is one of my favorites. So you want to spread your feet a little bit. Make sure you're nice and firm. This is a balancing pose. You might want to put your hand on a wall or have a big person help hold you up. You're going to either stand with your feet on a tiptoe, on your outer leg, or way up on your thigh. We want to avoid putting it on our knee. So whatever's comfortable for you, you're going to balance on one foot. Nice. Whatever we do on one side in yoga, we want to do on the other. Start off with your tiptoe if that's more comfortable. See if you can move your leg up and try to balance. Nice. Good job. Let's try another one. That one's number 6. This is a triangle pose. Stand with your feet hip width apart. Bring your arms out to the side. And we're just going to tilt from one side to the other. Nice. Let's go to the other side. Very good. We'll do a couple more. That landed on 5. Number 5 is, it looks like a fish. I want you to get back into tabletop. And then we are going to lower ourselves onto our belly. Let's bring our hands to our side and see if you can lift your chest up. Nice. Can you kick your legs like a fish? Good job. Let's do one more. It went way over there. It's number 3. Number 3. We're going to do warrior. Warrior 3. This is great. Spread your feet pretty wide apart. You're going to make one leg have the toes facing forward. On your forward facing toes, you're going to bend that knee. Bring your arms out. Turn your head. See if you can get the front of your body to face forward. Good job. And then we're going to switch to the other side. So just pivot that toe, pivot the other toe, bend that knee, and that's warrior 3. Good job. Let's move on to our next thing. That was a lot of movement. You can play that dice game at home if you just come up with some numbers that correspond to different poses that you like. But we're going to take a little break here and read a book. This is called The Power of One. Every Act of Kindness Counts. And this is by Trudy Ludwig and Mike Corrado. And this book is published by Random House Kids. The Power of One. Looks like they're having a fight, doesn't it? That doesn't feel good. Ooh. He seems to be stomping away angry. She's crying. Sometimes one can feel like a small and lonely number. But don't let this little number fool you. Looks like there's a friend maybe going to come and see her. 1 is a lot bigger and more powerful than you think. 1, after all, is the starting point for change. One good listener can make even the smallest voice heard. One shy smile can lead to a friendship. It's growing down here. One caring friend can open the door for several more. Look at all the people that are coming. Are they coming to take care of that one little flower? One sincere apology can help heal big and little hurts. Do you think he's saying kind words here? They look flowery and nice, don't they? Look at how big the flowers are now. One warm hug can lift our spirits when we're feeling down. One thoughtful idea can bring a community together. One handful of seeds can sprout into a garden. One harvested garden can make a bountiful feast. Acts and words of kindness do count. And it all starts with one. The end. We're going to take a mindful moment now, just a few minutes to concentrate on just one thing. When you concentrate on just one thing at a time, that's mindfulness. We're going to use the chime. And I invite you to listen to the chime for as long as you can. See how long you can hear the chime. Ready? Good job. We have one more story. This is our listening story, so I invite you to snuggle up somewhere, maybe with a stuffed animal or a blanket or your big person. This one is called Kindness Makes Us Strong, and it's by Sophia Beer. This one is published by our friends at Dial Book. Kindness makes us strong. Kindness is saying hello. Kindness is being patient. To wait for those little duckies to cross the street. Wouldn't be nice to rush them. Kindness is helping. Kindness is cheering. It's nice to help encourage other people. Kindness is trading treats. Get to try something different. Kindness is giving a boost. Kindness is taking turns. Kindness is sharing. Kindness is offering comfort. Kindness is visiting. It's quite a boo-boo. How do you think she hurt herself? Maybe on roller skates? I bet those cookies are going to make her feel better. Kindness is what makes us strong. The end. We could all use a little kindness. Let's grab our breathing buddy. Do you have a small stuffed animal or a toy that you can lie on your belly? Here we go. You let your feet flop out. You let your arms flop down. Grab that breathing buddy. Mine is Beaker. A lot. Put him on my belly. Deep breath in. Do you see how he rises and falls with my breath? And we're just going to stay here for a minute. Breathing. Can you think of something kind that you can do for someone today? It can be as simple as a smile and a hello. You can start to wiggle your fingers and toes. Put that breathing buddy aside. Roll over and push yourself up. And I hope you have a great day and you find lots of ways to be kind today. Bye, Storytime friends.